Hello and welcome to Consciously High. My name is Erez Batat and I'm here to help you achieve moderation when it comes to your cannabis consumption habits. I'm here to help you restrain the habit but sustain the tool. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, I love cannabis. I love it. It's great. I smoke, all my cares go away, my anxiety dissipates. Sometimes it's great to shake that snow globe, to get a different perspective, to drain the tub, vacuum the carpet, call it whatever you want. Cannabis is awesome. But when we use it too much, it starts impacting our lives. That temporary shift in the way we process our memory, in the way we create our imagination, in the way we reason, that temporary shift is very helpful, it's very useful, it's an amazing tool when we do it moderately. But when we do it too much, it's starting to impact our lives. Cannabis is an amazing tool for creativity, but it inhibits creation. It's not the same thing to be creative and to actually create. I know it inhibited me for a long time to actually create. Now, for me, when I realized that I had cannabis dependency, I realized that I just can't allow that to happen. Not only I like cannabis, also I use it for my work. I researched the mind, I researched the impact of cannabis on the mind. And the only way to truly research the impact of cannabis on the mind is to actually use it. We can learn how cannabis impacts the brain under the microscope, but the brain is not the mind. If we actually want to know how cannabis impacts our psyche, our consciousness, we actually have to use it and ask ourselves that question. Okay? And in order to use cannabis as a tool to develop our consciousness, to expand our consciousness, we actually have to use it. And I said to myself, there's no way I'm losing that ability. And so when the child doesn't have any moderation, what does the parent do? Takes it away. And so every time I took it away, my inner adult took it away completely, I ended up cracking eventually and starting to smoke it again. And I realized over time that this battle between the inner child and the inner adult has to stop. I have to find the common ground. I have to gain the ability to apply moderation at any given time. And I'll give you an example from my life right now. I'm at the point in my life where I have no cannabis dependency. I have cannabis in the house, and sometimes I don't smoke it. I always have to apply that decision-making ability, but I'm the one who gets to decide when I'm smoking. The plant doesn't decide that for me anymore. That inner child doesn't decide that for me anymore. Last week, for example, I gave a big lecture on what creates our time perception. It's 4 p.m., my talking clock. I don't look at the clock, so if I don't have a talking clock, it doesn't work. I had a big lecture on what creates our perception of time, which obviously relates to cannabis. So I knew I needed to be super clear for that lecture. I'm standing in front of a whole bunch of people talking about my work. So I decided not to smoke for 2 weeks, and I didn't. And I can tell you that during those 2 weeks, I didn't even crave cannabis because I made that decision. Now you might gonna say, listen, Erez, it doesn't work for me. I've tried it so many times. Yes, but that's because you didn't have that technique that I'm gonna teach you in this program. And it's a very simple technique. The technique is using the mechanism of the mind in order to help you get the reins over your willpower. And your willpower controls your desire. I'll give you an example. Pizza. Imagine a tray of pizza. It's steaming. Oh, it smells so good. You're hungry. Now, chances are that if you are hungry, you feel like eating pizza right now. Desire is always invoked by a narrative, by a thought, by words. Always. It's responsive. It's responsive to the senses. It's responsive to the way we think, to the narrative that we create in our minds. Desire is momentary, but it's passive. It's involuntary. Okay? And we can control it by controlling the narrative. In this program, I'm going to teach you a method how to strengthen your willpower, how to create the word, a word that when you say it, you don't budge. I'm going to help you create it slowly, steadily. and to stop smoking cannabis for a very specific period of time so that your inner child doesn't shout, oh, you took it away. Well, it's for a short amount of time. But by the time you're going to end that tolerance break, you're going to get to know yourself a little better. I'm going to guide you to getting to know yourself a little better without cannabis. And I'm going to show you that the advantages that cannabis has given you over the years are still with you. That clarity has its own benefits. And I'm going to prep you as you come out of this program to restructure your habits, to create a new program for yourself, slowly and steadily in phases, so that you can actually regain command over your use of cannabis and never fall again into that place of dependency, that place of no moderation, that place of losing control. Because you have within you what it takes to succeed. You have within you that inner adult that can say, no, this is not the right time. And it's a practice and it's a technique, but it works. Okay? I'm recording this video about 2 weeks before the beginning of the year, 2021. 2020 is almost behind us. So I don't know when you're watching this. It's time for a New Year's resolution that maybe you made, maybe you're watching this a few months into the year. But now's the time. Do it. You're going to get access to a series of videos that are going to guide you through the process. You're going to get access to writing prompts that are designed to help you recreate that narrative and let go of things that are preventing you from losing focus and restructuring your relationship with this wonderful yet problematic substance that we so love. And you're going to have access to a Facebook group in which I help those who actually dare to come forth and ask the right questions when they're in the right time. So do it now. And I believe in you. I believe you can do this. I've seen it again and again. I'll see you in Consciously High.